Pass the wire. Pass the wire. Pass the wire. Pass the wire. Not that wire, the other wire. Let's get into this video. Hey, what's up guys? My name is JC. I am raw and strong. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss nothing. If you're part of my crew, mi familia, mi raza, mi pandilla, you already know. Súbanse a la Suburban. We're taking a ride. Hey, what's up guys? I'm back. It's Friday. It's story time with JC. In 2004, I was already living in Arizona, but I got a call from two people that were in the music industry. Yeah. Well, they actually wanted me to do some security because they were going through some things and they thought they had some federal cases going. They had a federal case going and they thought that somebody inside was wearing a wire. Yeah. So I got the call. They offered me a really good amount of money and they flew me in. I had a house, a car, you know, and I flew in my baby's mom at the time and my daughter. It was time to get to work, doing some of my old habits that was not too proud about going back because I had already wanted to change my life. I wanted to I was trying to get it right. I was actually working out here in a construction job and I actually had a really good position. I was a superintendent at a streetlight facility. And I did really big jobs and I was, like I said, I was actually trying to, you know, change my life. I had my daughter and I said, you know, I was gonna say no to that whole street shit. But once you've had a taste of that money, it's kind of hard to, you know, sometimes say no. So you have to get better at it, at saying no. And they offered me, you know, $7 grand a week, a house, a car, and all I had to do was security. You know, so every day what I did was ride with these guys, make sure they were good. But my main job was to figure out who was wearing a wire. The more I was around these guys, the more I started figuring out how hot they really were. You know, back then a lot of the dudes that had money were getting into the music business just like Kato had done, and this is after Kato had already passed away, you know. And a lot of people, I mean, it's always been known that a lot of these, you know, street dudes that have a lot of money get into the music business because it produces a lot of money. So I rode around with these guys all the time, watching their backs. They would have meetings all day. I would be standing around by the door. I would always be checking everybody before they would walk in. Well, one day we had a meeting at night and one of their close associates actually came in, and before he came in I was like, hey, I need to pat you down. You know, I was checking for two things. I was checking obviously for weapons and I was checking for a wire. I made him take his shirt off. He was good. Then when I told him to take his pants off, I seen that he got a little nervous, a little anxious, and it made me think. So I told him to be quiet. And I went to undo his pants and he stopped me, and he got really, really nervous. That's where I knew, something was up. Yeah, he was wearing a wire, and that made me realize how it was only a matter of time before all that shit was gonna come crumbling down. He didn't make it. He didn't go into the meeting. He ended up leaving, But later that day, when we were taking the elevator up in downtown Chicago to the recording studio, I seen a bunch of white dudes get into an elevator that they just didn't belong there. I could see it in them. I could smell it. I could tell right away that these were them people, And I came home that day and I was like really, really just troubled with the whole thing, because this is how people take you down with them, guilty by association, even though you have nothing to do with it, and you'll go down with them, And I looked over at my baby's mom and I told her, I was like, what do you think? Do you think that I should ride this out, or do you think that we should leave? And sometimes, guys, you really have to listen to, if the woman you're with actually cares about you and wants like nothing in return, you actually have to listen to them, because they have what's called woman's intuition. They feel things that we don't feel and we don't see. And she told me, she's like, well, if you've seen all those things and you felt it, we should pack up and leave. And we did that. We packed up, we left, and right before I was leaving, I went to go see one of these guys and tell him, hey, I'm leaving. Thank you for everything you've done, and just pretty much make my peace, why I wasn't going to stick around no more. As soon as I pulled up to see him, I see his other boy flying down the street in his truck, and then another car's chasing him, and that's the day that they actually arrested him. They had already been following them, watching them, building the case on them, and I left that day. We drove back to Arizona, and that was one of the many, many times that, I escaped by a hair, and this is why I always tell you guys that, tell me who you are, tell me who you hang around with, and I'll tell you who you are, because sometimes you don't need to be doing anything. You could just be hanging out with the wrong person, or just be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and either it could cost you jail time or your life. You have to hang around with people that you want to be like and that you want to grow with. It's important that you guys realize the different kind of people that are out there. You'll have friends that you'll be able to speak to and confide in them, and they'll never speak a word of what you said. Those are the true friends that you have. Then you'll have friends that are with you because you have the same goal, want to make money, want to get to the top. But if they can find a way to get there faster, they're going to jump out of your car and jump in the other and move and leave you behind, because they're not with you. They're just with you because you have the same goal. And then you have the other ones that are with you because you have a common enemy. So they'll fight with you, they'll do stuff with you, but as soon as that enemy is done and you guys destroyed him, then he's gonna try and slit your throat from the back seat, because now it's you. They call it friendly fire, but there is no such thing as friendly fire. It always comes from somebody. It is very, very important that you know these different kind of friends when you start to grow, because the faster you know this, the faster you'll stay out of shit, you'll stay out of prison, you'll stay alive, and you'll realize that at the end of the day, you need to surround yourself with better people. Don't judge nobody, Stay in your lane, live savage, and remember, you only have one life to live. Live it out here, free, not gangbanging, not doing drugs, and just living life to the fullest. I'll catch you guys on the rebound.